Looks like it's Sanctuary Mariano or Sanctuary Maria.
Que vive y reina por los siglos de los siglos, sentaditos, hagamos nuestras.
Of course, belie the tremendous foreign trade industry that Ecuador has in flowers. Of course, walking through here is a delight of smells. One has to be careful not to let the mind realize that these are also used in funerals. This is a side entranceway, Puerta Santa. Continue to get a view of that pretty building. To our right is the main park or square. And on at least it looks like three sides, it's elegant, nice old architecture. Apparently this tower is open on the inside. Very pretty park. We'll walk through it, of course. On the other side is modern architecture, actually some slight bit of interesting detail. I wonder with this brick facade and this relatively new looking marble facing, whether this is not a recent renovation, like in the last 50 or 100 years. Large, majestic, thank you, but relatively simple in detail. And glass as usual adds tremendous beauty to any church or anything else for that matter. Marble flooring is nicely done. Very much reminds you of a long carpet. My guess is this may be a relatively new church, like the cathedral in Quito. Pretty purplish or mauve marble in that chapel. Notice that a woman is apparently leading this little service in this side chapel. city or county or federal administrative buildings in their day may still be, even as we poke further down some of the side streets. Between the church and this administrative building, just to see what we can see. Probably not much. Some construction down here, that might be interesting, what they're redoing. They've given us a view of the structure of this building. Another insight, although not too terribly clear for someone like me, of what earlier foundations, or maybe even the earlier walkway might have been in centuries past. This is interesting because this is obviously a balconied cloister walkway, but notice these beams that have been burned and left in place, perhaps evidencing some catastrophe in the past. We're probably looking at some old foundations of some sort. Work that's required just to do any kind of plumbing at all, which they're kind of finishing up right now, and that's mining this rock out of here. The detail on the outside of this church. Inner courtyard is using wood pillars. That balcony has been rebuilt, and that these beams intentionally reused. We will boldly go into and see if we can see this inner courtyard. It's the inner courtyard of what now may be a bank, although I think this is also a whole bunch of shops, so I don't have a clue. In fact, that's a restaurant, so I'm dead wrong. Surprise! These pillars has been turned on some kind of a lathe to, if not intentionally, create the same illusion that you get on pillars in the Greek Parthenon buildings. Perhaps. They bulge in the center is what I mean. A sliver of detail between buildings. And of course I've discovered the most important thing, and that's toilets. Climb into the dome, but we won't use this entrance because it's under restoration. But this gives us an idea of the beautiful brickwork that is or was used. It would be lovely in a home. Now we'll climb up 155 steps into the domes for the view. In my body, I won't do this, but I can't resist the allure. This being the choir. Reached the top yet, but I'll take a breather here. Or of course inside the square tower I was wondering about. And here, a vaulted ceiling. At last, I'm here. This box device designed to keep most of the crazies from climbing further up. Given these stairs, to at least get as good a view in this direction as we can. How great. Looking obviously to the southeast. Across Cuenca. Some of the buildings around the square and this beautiful central park with that lovely copse of trees in the center. we were in, or the sanctuary that we were in a few minutes ago, across the street from this church. But notice there is the cloister area. How pretty that is. I love this. There's a couple of deer tracks, or llama tracks or something. And here a cat or a dog. So whenever they were building these tiles or bricks a long time ago, these animals took the opportunity to immortalize themselves. Here we get a full view look of the inside of these towers, merely built literally simply to impress an architectural goal solely. What the significance of this paint-colored boulder is up on top of this church. It looks like it's had some dressing on that side for sure, maybe on the far side, maybe a little bit on this side. The church has undergone considerable restoration, which is great for its future. If, and why not now, if in the past there had been bells in these towers. Look at those square holes. You can see that the purpose for them was to hold cross beams in the same fashion that beams go across there, which again might have been a place for holding bells. Those holes run all the way down as though there was an intent to put further structure in there. I wonder what that would have been.